For generations of USF alum, John is USF. It's hard to calculate that kind of impact on people. I mean, you can see it in the baptisms and funerals and weddings and those moments that are important in people's lives that they come to John.
He has been one of the greatest influences in my life and so many other people's lives because he is such a good friend, such a great mentor. It's like having a second dad.
The way you best describe somebody's contributions is when you say their name. How many people know who you're talking about? When you say John Lo Schiavo in San Francisco, most people would know exactly who you're talking about. He is as iconic as USF itself.
The fact that Father Lo Schiavo has been selected to be the namesake for this amazing building that I do think will be the heart of the campus. It's a wonderful tribute to him and to all the people who have cared about Father for all these years and all the work he's done for the university.
Father John Lo Schiavo is a native San Franciscan. He came to USF in 1952 as a philosophy and theology professor. He later served as the university's dean of students.
We were doing a little acting, and it was each one of us was on stage alone, and I think it was usually Shakespeare, and I did some Shakespeare. And my coach was Father Lo, and he was an assiduous coach, and he said, "The more of this and less of that, you know."
In 1977, he was elected the University of San Francisco's 25th president.
When I became president, I really wanted to make sure that we had a sound financial background. In a way, I put academics into the hands of the faculty and into the hands of some of the deans, all of the deans, and I wanted to make sure that we were going to have something to work with, so we started raising money.
He's exceptional, first of all, to run the University of San Francisco, which he did. You can't do that without having a lot of talent. He's pretty superior.
He's a man of the world, but he brought all of his integrity and all of his sensibility and business acumen to this school.
John dedicated himself to salvation of the university, and with an eye toward making sure that this institution would be here in the future for people like himself and myself, who were first generation to go to college.
He's looked at as a real visionary for the university. He was the one who acquired Lone Mountain College, or San Francisco College for Women, and that enlarged the university significantly.
Buying this facility that we're in right now, Lone Mountain, the foresight to see that one. Most people would have said, well, you know, what do we do that? Why, what? Well, if you didn't have this today, you would not rank as one of the best universities on the West Coast.
During his 14 years as USF president, Father John Lo Schiavo moved the university forward, building the Koret Center, creating the Center for the Pacific Rim, and growing the endowment tenfold from $4 to $40 million.
Naming a building after somebody, I think, is a very perpetual way of remembering them.
Today, the need for science and innovation is so critical. I can't think of a better person who has always had a love of learning than Father Lo to name it after.
Well, having played a major role in selecting Father John Lo Schiavo as the person for whom the building is named, I think it was a brilliant decision on the part of the university. Clearly to honor John's legacy, and the building, because it is so central to the life of the university, reflects the central role that John has played in the history of the university.
Nobody is more humbled by it than John. As late as 3 weeks ago, he said to me, "I don't believe in naming the building after me."
They're honoring me, but a lot of people have done a lot of good, hard work to make this project possible, and that's what I keep in my own mind. Okay, they're honoring me, but don't get the fat head, John. I just hope that they're not saying, "Oh, that idiot, look what he blew up."